right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 1091. It is going to be a good night. 1091 episodes we've been doing this, and it's so good to have all of you on here tonight on this beautiful Tuesday evening. It is Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. If you brought the tacos, enjoy, because it is Taco Tuesday also.
That's what I hear.
Brandy likes to call this Taco Neeks.
We had spaghetti, though, for dinner.
Well, we got runners, we got a track tomorrow, so we got to carb up. But we're happy to have you for Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. Brandy, what do you want? What do you do in Test Taking Techniques Tuesday?
Nothing but the techniques, yo.
That means you don't need to know content. You don't need to know anything. You could really have, no idea what's going on. That's okay. We're going to show you how to get some right answers, how to get in the right direction, at least a 50-50 shot when you're looking at these questions on these exams to help you get that answer. My name is Andy. I'm the guy that runs the back office over here at KonaButterflyz, but you're not here for me and all my button pushing in the background. No, you're here for Brandy and how she pushes my buttons. No, I'm just kidding. Because she's got her Series 6, 6326, Series 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things that you need to know. So that way you too can get a pass notice. I was just seeing if you were paying attention. Oh, that couch is going to be fun tonight. All right, everybody. We're going to have a good one. Like I said, Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. And look, I know there's some folks out there that are going to they're going through the paces. We're at the end of the month. We're at the month end, right? trying to make them bills, right?
Cha-ching.
That's right. And you're going to be starting the new month on Thursday, and you still be playing with this thing. Guys, level up. Level up.
Just do it. Come on.
Help your business out. Help yourself with your clients. There's like all these things that you can do by getting this licenses will help you out and immensely and help you immensely and help your community immensely. It's a win on every side of it. There's a win, right?
No, legit. It's very immense.
I don't know. I saw the thesaurus today. Trying to go from big.
I respect it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Immense. Epic?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a mammoth.
Is it a wolf?
Could be woolly. It's a mammoth of a win. Guys, if you haven't got this thing in your calendar and you're not studying all the time, you're not getting this priority, and I know I gave you a thing last night, I'm going to keep it short tonight. You got to be consistent. You got to prioritize. You got to make it happen. And guess what? You walk away with a W.
True.
Let's get to it, Brandy, because we got stuff to talk about. We got stuff to get to. We got all kinds of things. Look, if you haven't joined up with our program, join up, because content you do on your own time. Look, Brandy and I went to college, and I'm not trying to flex on you or anything. It's just the fact that when we went to college, the one thing we hated was going to a class where the professor literally cracked a book and just read the book out loud. I was like, bro, I woke up at like 7 a.m. with a hangover just to go to this class.
Dude.
I'm just keeping it real. Like, college days were crazy.
The worst was the PowerPoints created by the publisher.
Like literally phoning it in. Like you're not even preparing anything for this at all.
When the professors were reading the screen too.
Yeah, they're looking up at it. Yeah, like what it says there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we when we came up with this program, we're like, look, we'll just keep the content stuff, the stuff that's just basic things you need to know at home. So that way you can do that at any time. So that way you can just go through those videos. You can just get through the content. And then in the live sessions, that's where the magic's at. That's where Brandy's going to teach you all the little things, the little nuances, the little tips, tricks, and techniques to help you get past these exams. Maybe you heard the content, but now you're like, I don't know how that applies. That's the problem. You got to learn how it applies, how to read the questions, how to find the keywords, how do we get to the right answer and not get confused by all the garbage? There's a lot of noise and static in those exams. Look, it's going to help you out a lot, especially if you take the Series 63. There's not a lot of time on that exam.
Nope.
Some would say more questions than time. Just saying. So if you got some techniques up your sleeve to help you get past that one, it's going to really help out with the time. It's going to help you get through it. I can tell when there's students that have not used our program and they run out of time on the Series 63. And I'm like, it's because you ran out of time on the 63. And they're like, yeah, how'd you know? Because that's the normal, that's what usually happens. Yeah. That's what happens.
Yep.
And they're like, so what do I need to do? Go to these live sessions that we have there. Scan the QR code, hit the link, get the books. We also have books available, SIE 663, 26, 65. We got that all available now. Check it out in our store. We got the Kona community on the Discord. It never shuts down. Tomorrow, we're not going to be on, but that's where that Discord comes in handy. You can leave messages for Brandy. You can ask help. 951-290-3077. Give me a call, give me a text. Also, we have a Gmail, KonaButterflyz@gmail.com. You can go ahead and check that out. Scan the QR code, hit the links. Let's go, Brandy.
My bad.
Going too fast. Wednesday, tomorrow, no day sessions, but we do have the Studying Brew tomorrow night. It's going to be a doozy. So make sure that you're on tomorrow night. Same bad time, same bad channel, but no day sessions in the afternoon. We will be on the Discord. All right. If you're not following me on Instagram, I wish you would. I wish you would. I tell you what.
Yeah.
Because when they let me know
Uh-huh.
and they send me a picture.
Yep.
Guess what, Brandy?
What's up?
We add another one to the Kona Hall of Fame because we got a pass. Yes, we do. We got a pass. We got a pass. Why am I going on like this? Fully licensed. Fully licensed. Series 63 passer today. Kevin, congratulations on getting it done. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, Kona.
Boom.
3 Kona pass notices right there in a row. We are so proud of this young man for getting this done. And let me tell you, he stuck to the plan, right?
Yeah.
He made it happen. And we are so honored for him to go ahead and be on here tonight.
Yes.
And he's going to go ahead and unmute himself and share with you. Without further ado, Kevin, how are you tonight this evening, sir? Did he go, Kevin? I unmuted him. There you go.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. How are you?
Um,
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I just really appreciate you guys. The thing of it is I have been going through a lot of stuff lately, and so when I was taking the test, I had a lot of stuff on my mind, and I started thinking I was making a lot of mistakes, and I was just kind of getting frustrated. And then I took a breath and said, okay, let's do techniques. And that's just when it started clicking. And so without the techniques, I wouldn't have gotten it done. So I really appreciate you guys. You've taught me a lot about taking tests and helping me through this process. So
wow. Well, we're all going to be praying for you and for whatever you're going through. Hope you are able to get through it and to find some peace. Just for the record, everybody, I don't know, so don't ask me. I didn't ask. But I want you to have the peace. Oh, I don't know, but I want you to have peace, and I want you to get through this. And so prayers for you. But I'm glad that we were able to put together a program and these techniques to help you get through this thing, so you can get a win today. Because it sounds like you needed a win today, brother.
Yeah, I did.
Kevin, can I say what you got on your quiz yesterday?
Sure.
So his last 2 quizzes that he got
Yes.
was a 91 and a 99, and he did it in 20 minutes.
Oh,
I said, I think tomorrow. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think you'll be ready.
Yeah. Well, and when I looked at the questions, I'm like, oh, they're different than they were. So it threw me off for a moment. And then I was like, okay, I've got to reel myself back and take a breath and look at the questions or the answers. And
instead of Mama telling me there'd be days like this, it was more like Brandy who had told me there was going to be days like this.
Something like that. Yeah.
He's all, Brandy told me there'd be days like this. The test is going to do this to me.
Yep.
But I'm glad that that's exactly why we do the techniques. That's why we showed you what we showed you, mainly Brandy. I just talk. But and then you got the W's. So I'm really excited and proud to say that you got the pass today. Are you getting the series 26 or are you going for the 65 next?
I'm going to go 26 and then the 65. I plan on going all the way through the 7.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Congratulations. Yep. Let's do this. All right. I'm going to let you go, but thank you for sharing tonight. You hear that, everybody? That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Congratulations once more.
Yes, super congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, everybody. Well, it's not just about Kevin, it's about you and you getting this thing done. And you just heard the man. He said techniques. He said techniques. But I'll tell you the other key things that I know that he got done, what helped him get this thing done. And I'm not just trying to, silly advertisement for our business here called KonaButterflyz, but I will say this: the man was in every live session that he could be in.
Yes.
He was engaged. He was asking questions on the Studying Brew afterwards. He does sometimes ask questions. He would ask you questions on the Discord.
Yeah.
And
even the lives
and on the lives and small group tutoring he even went on. So he took advantage of all the membership that we have and all the different benefits we have in our membership to help him get through that. So, and that's what it's for. That's what it's for. So anything you want to add?
Yeah. He was in study hall. He did everything. And he did share with me. And when he told me what his scores were, I was like, you just do that again. Just do that again. And that's all it is. It's just, you guys got to clear your mind and just do that again. And that's what he did.
And it also just shows you in confidence. If you tell Brandy stuff, she doesn't always share with me because I don't know what's going on, but that's okay.
I'm so sorry, Kevin. No, I forgot.
Yeah, but I don't know. ADD. It's almost better than telling a priest because Brandy won't remember like 20 minutes later. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it legit. I
the next shiny thing comes up. Boom.
I'll remember like 10 years from now. You're like, oh yeah.
No, she'll tell me like years from now. She's like, you know what happened this one time? Remember Kevin? Yeah.
That's me. I'm so sorry. Yes.
Be 70.
If you want. I'm sorry.
Yes. Speaking of baseball, do you know what happened to Kevin? What?
Yeah, you have to tell.
Anyways. All right. So let's get to it.
129030777.
He knows the number. It's all right. Sorry. All right, everybody, let's get this thing done. All right, thank you. And yeah, we're honored to have you part of the Kona family as well, Kevin. So thank you so much. But let's get to the techniques. Let's help all the fine people on here tonight because it could have been anywhere else, but they decided to be here to get this lesson tonight. So tonight we're going to be doing test taking techniques. And as Brandy is put on the screen, no securities content.
Nope.
Which could really help out if you're in a bind where your mind just goes flat and you're in front of the exam. And like Kevin said, he reeled himself back in.
You had to. Deep breath.
You take a deep breath, reeled himself in, focused on some techniques that Brandy's been showing him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it helped him center himself and then go from there. It really does help you center when you need it because you're able to focus on things that are not related to securities and it's not reliant on you remembering all the content or how they're asking it, which is really key in these situations. So tonight we're going to do that on the test taking techniques. We're going to go through questions. Brandy's going to, go through them and she wants you to do what she does. Learn these. It might not be all 100%, but definitely when you're in a situation like Kevin is, you're going to guess anyway. Why not use a technique? So we got rules of test taking techniques Tuesday. Rule number 1, you're not allowed to ask what exam did that question come from. Some people are so caught up. Are these going to be on the SIE? Are these going to be on the 6? Are these on the 63? It doesn't matter if this is a Disney trivia question. It doesn't matter, which we've been doing on the Wednesdays, showing you how to get the basics, the foundation. I don't know if we'll do that tomorrow, but we've been doing that. So check on YouTube or on Patreon, watch the Wednesdays. It's the foundation of these techniques, and you don't have to know anything at all. It's not even any securities question whatsoever.
Nah.
So check that out. But the thing is we're showing you these techniques. It doesn't matter what exam it is. It's a skill set. You're not going to be able to get this on the first try, the first go. You're going to have to work on it like a crossover dribble. You have to work on it like you build a house, how to hit a nail on the head and take one swing and knock it through the wood, right?
Yeah.
It takes a skill, right? So don't think you're just going to go ahead and master it right away. You got to practice. And that brings us to rule number 2. We want you to practice. Go get yourself a 10-question flash quiz. A lot of times people have a hard time with overthinking, double thinking, triple thinking themselves into a wrong answer all the time, overdoing it, putting too much content, putting things in there that don't belong. 10 questions, 10 minutes, 1 minute of thought. You're going to go with the technique. You're not going to overthink it. You're going to go with your gut. You're going to hit it. And guess what? Whatever that score is, it's the right score. If it's 20%, doesn't matter. If it's 30%, doesn't matter. 50%, if it's an 80, 90, and that's the highest you've ever scored, that should tell you red flag. I think way too much.
Yep.
I need to think less when I do my exams.
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
Never mind. My brain was gonna say something, but it's gonna come out all weird, so I just will skip that.
Your brain doing gymnastics in there? I know how that is.
All right, guys. So I have the municipal. I didn't even see that. Okay, Municipal Securities Rule Making Board,
A is wrong.
the Chicago Board of Options Exchange, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, and then the Federal Savings and Loan Insurance Corporation. Look, I don't know about you guys, but this is not securities,
No.
right? Everything else is securities, right?
How do you know?
Securities, options,
No.
financial.
We're going to talk about, we're not going to talk about securities. We're not going to use the securities. Look, guys, savings and loan. It's pretty obvious.
Right. Savings and loans. That's where George worked on the Wing Christmas movie. What is that movie called?
George on the Wing.
From the
Are you
when
talking
the angel
about
gets his wings? That one.
George on the Wing?
George,
I can't even.
bell rings, angel gets
It
wings.
is A Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. He works for a savings and loan. It's a bank.
It's
Hey, you guys might see it on Wednesday. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's go. Let's look at the question, shall we?
yeah. Let's go ahead and do that.
It's an accept question. All the following self-regulatory organizations function under the Securities and Exchange Commission, except
It's the block that doesn't fit. That's all.
it's George.
It's the block that doesn't fit, like George on a Wing. What?
George the angel got his wings. Y'all know what movie I'm talking about.
Clarence got his wing.
So I said George's angel.
Clarence.
Clarence.
The guy's name was Bailey, by the way. George Bailey.
Oh yeah. See?
Bailey's Savings and Loan.
Okay. Right. Custodial account. An account with a limited power of attorney. A limited joint tenancy account, or an account with full power of attorney. Okay. So I've got power of attorney, right? And then saw this right now, limited and limited. So I got these two that are similar, and then I've got these two that are similar. I
He's the
can't
answer.
really ignore
The
the
double.
double dip. The double dip, right? So I'm going to look just to confirm the customer wishes the account like to make trading decisions, but not limited. But not limited.
Yeah. If you see a but not, that means you're limited power.
Yeah.
That means everything but that means limited.
Right.
There's no but
Yeah.
if you're limitless.
Wait, what?
No, you're just limit.
No.
There's no limit.
There's no limit. But right, so you guys see that? Limited,
Yeah.
limited power of attorney. All right, this is my favorite question. So I have the CEO of the chemical firm. He runs the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Runs it. The registered rep, that's going to be something about doing the trades. Yes. The investor is doing the trades. And then we have the scientist. He's got information, right?
That's what scientists do.
Because he's a research scientist. So he's got information. Okay. Now, look at this huge, nasty thing. Guys, I didn't even read it, to be quite honest with you. I just read the question right here.
Investor.
And it says, which of the following is least likely to be found liable for insider trading? All I really wanted to know was who told somebody. Right here, guys. An investor received insider information from a research scientist. So D, guilty. C, guilty. B, guilty. The only one that just did his job or her job was the CEO. I don't even think the CEO was mentioned in that whole paragraph.
No, and if I was taking the test, I mean, I would have already marked it A just because. But if I was taking the test, I would have looked through that real quick and said, is there anything about a CEO?
There's no capital CEO in.
I don't see capital CEO written anywhere. Not even a Charles in charge.
No.
Nice 80s reference.
So why would he be guilty if he's not even in the question?
Oh, the above 40 guy laughs out of that. Charles in Charge. We all barely watch that.
I know. Legislative risk, interest rate risk. My cousin loved him, by the way. Business risk.
Danny Ames. I don't know why I remember that. Go ahead.
Isn't it Charles? Default. There is.
It was Chachi. Go ahead, continue.
Legislative risk. This is a law or rule. Yeah? Yeah. Interest rate risk. It's interest rates.
Mm-hmm.
Business risk. One business.
Yep. We're
Default. No payments. We've heard of these things, yes?
yeah. Default risk is like basically no one paying on their credit card.
Right.
If you own a credit card company, the worst risk you have is nobody making payments, right?
Right. Exactly.
If you're banking on one business to float you, the worst thing that can happen is that business goes under.
Exactly. And all I did, guys, was just take those words on the left and just translated them to normal everyday words.
That's all it is.
That's all it is, right? Now, if I was looking at this, sorry,
That's funny.
Eric didn't put risk.
He's asleep.
Yeah. Now, guys, if I'm looking at this, I have to find something that's either similar, opposite, or is different.
Right.
That if I'm going 100% based on technique, I got to find something that's different, something that's similar, or something that's opposite. And if I'm looking at this, this is the most general. If you notice, a change of law or rule can affect a product or a business.
Well, I was going to say interest rate risk can affect more people that have nothing to do with.
Ooh, that has nothing to do with securities.
Yeah. Interest rate risks affect everyone, as we all know, in the last couple of years.
This is very true.
Yeah.
So do you see how we put all of those words with B?
Right.
I wanted to pull this question because who asks the question? Well, I'm not gonna lie. I probably would ask a question like this. Which of the following risks is not a non-systematic, based on the fact that I said George with the wings?
Which of the risks is not a non-systematic? So they're looking for something that is systematic. Guys, that is a confusing question done on purpose. It will be on the exam like that. You need to write it out. I'm looking for something that is in a system.
Yes.
You have to map it out, as we say.
Exactly. Map it out.
Write it out. System. That way you don't get crossed up.
And that's literally, guys, what I used to do on my paper. Looking for system. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, it's part of the system. It affects everyone, even if they're not really wanting to invest.
Right. I'm not going to lie, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I really didn't want to look at this question. I really
Who does?
There's a lot of preferred, voting, common.
Yeah.
So I scan this. Is there something that just is going to pop out at me?
That has nothing to do with securities.
Nothing to do with securities. And I saw must right here. Must is part of what we call MONA, which is must only, never, and always. Usually not true. Not true. Let me write this out. Must, because I said that fast. Only, never. Usually not true. Okay. So I'm pretty sure the answer is C. I want look at false. I'm just clicking C. I didn't want to. I didn't feel like doing any of that.
And you might be like that too. You might be running out of time. You might have a bathroom emergency in the exam, and you got to get out of there.
Bro, do you remember?
You can't be bothered with this.
Oops, sorry. Do you remember Rhonda? She was like one of our.
Oh,
she said she was in a crap burger.
She didn't. You see, you put that in a very weird context, Brandy. I was saying you have to go to the bathroom, and then you put poor Rhonda in that. She didn't have to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
She didn't have to go to the bathroom, everybody. She just felt like she was in a real sticky situation.
A bind.
No fun.
A bind. Anyway, she used the techniques and she passed.
Brandy.
Well, you say stuff. Joint. Tenants. Limited power of attorney. Full power of attorney.
Or Rhonda.
tenants and condos. I mean, you said
Tenants in common.
Rhonda,
account.
and I said Conda.
Yeah, we heard you.
Sorry, Rhonda. I'll never look. All right.
I thought you were gonna say anaconda.
Limited, full, or joint. Right.
Here we are with that limited again.
Here we are. Come on. Where's my erase? There we go. All right. So I have all the following accounts would allow all parties with access to authorize withdrawals except limited. Anytime we put on something limited, access withdrawals except limited. Does that make sense?
Does it make sense? Do you want people to be able to just access and withdraw all your money? Or withdraw? No. There's got to be a limit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You're gonna have to let me know about that when you withdraw all my money.
Yes. Look at.
You can pull some money out of that account. You gotta let me know.
And if you need that,
Because if we can be pulling it all out of Maserati,
and even you could say this, right? All parties with access except limited. So it works on both levels. Does that make sense? That's what I was focusing on when I answered this question. That's it. That's all 6. Look, we got 6 out of 6 right. That means we got 100%.
and to get yourself out of a crap burger, use the technique. It's like Rhonda did. Just like Kevin
did.
Got a Series 63 win today. Like he said, he reeled himself in with these techniques. He got through it. He centered himself, got focused, and guess what? Got a pass notice. And it's not just about Kevin, who got 1, 2, 3 pass notices with us, SIE 6 and 63. We ain't done yet. It's about you. It's about you getting the quiz done. It's about you locking in. It's about you doing the same thing that Kevin did. Get on these techniques. Get in those live sessions. Take advantage of it if you're a member. Take advantage of all the stuff that we have, not just the video recordings we have in the content, but just get in there and start asking questions in the Discord. If you work during the day, leave questions on the Discord. If you want something covered in the live sessions that are recorded on Mondays and Fridays, ask. Can you cover this? Can you go over this? How do we go over that? Here's some questions I wish you to break and go over in some of the lives I'll watch for later. Guys, you can do that with us. We have the accessibility. Ask us. Let's do this together. Let's get a pass notice. Tomorrow, we do not have live sessions. So dig up some questions that you're going through on your quizzes. Put them on the Discord. Brandy will see them. And who knows, maybe we'll do a Discord Wednesday for the Studying Brew and go over them live tomorrow. That doesn't mean you have to be a member. So if you're a free person and we get enough of those free questions up there, guess what? We'll go ahead and go through them on tomorrow night on the Discord Wednesday for the Studying Brew. Maybe we'll do that. But we need you to participate. So we'll be back tomorrow night for the Studying Brew. Same bat time, same bat channel. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep the positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you all so much for being. We super appreciate you. Practice these techniques in your quizzes. We will see you guys tomorrow night. Have a great one.